DMAC, this is your boy, the Coach Your Live on the Coach Your Show Live. Okay, guys, in this video, I'm not going to call John McCarthy Big Dumb McCarthy, okay? I'm just not going to do that in this video. Okay, Herb Dean been catching a lot of hell on social media. He been catching hell about his decision-making in the octagon. And, me personally, I just think Herb Dean he's doing a pretty good job. I think he's doing a good job. I think he's making split-second decisions. And I think Herb is caught in between a rock and a hard place. He's caught because if he stops the fight too soon, like, you had Aspen Ladd, then she'll say, well, Herb Dean don't need to be reffing these fights. Okay? Herb Dean, always stopping the fight too soon when it comes to the women. She's made up that ridiculous claim when clearly, had Jermaine Durandame been allowed to punch her again, she probably would put Aspen Ladd in a damn coma. And then this one fight when, Herb Dean was reffing and Jai had, took a couple of more shots. Herb Dean was trying to give Jai, a chance to, work his way back into the fight. He was trying to give him a chance to defend himself. And Herb Dean caught criticism of that from Dan Hardy. Dan Hardy of all people. Okay, first of all, Dan Hardy is a mark. Okay, Dan Hardy is a straight mark. And Dan Hardy gonna always be a mark. Okay? Wasn't really a great fighter, And, like somebody who wasn't even that great, now wants to have this opinion, about a referee who, been in the game for a long time. He done forgot more about the referee game than Dan Hardy will ever know. Dan Hardy had so much to say. He can put his finger in Herb Dean's face. Herb Dean shut him down and told him, you stick to commentating and I'll stick to refereeing. That's what Herb Dean told him. Herb Dean pulled up on him. And, I just don't think that some of the stuff that, Herb Dean, some of the criticism he's been catching, I don't even think is warranted. I don't even think it's fair. And then you had, Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis, with his old silly ass. He comes out and says, hey, man, I gave that guy 2 extra shots, but that's Herb Dean's fault. That ain't my fault. Nah. I mean, it really is your fault. I understand it's the fight game. I get that it's the fight game. I get it. And I know you got to finish your opponent. But when a dude is stretched out, he laid out. Okay, when a dude is laid out, I'm talking about you stretched out, and the dude is stiff, toes curled up. I mean, common sense can tell you, hey, you know what, he's out. And then Derek Lewis said, well, man, look, once I get into that mode, it's hard to get out of that mode. I can't come out of that mode. Yeah, I have to snap out of it. I'm like, man, come on. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Herb Dean, he's damned if you do and damned if you don't. And, Big Dumb McCarthy came to the, God dog it, I'm sorry. Big John McCarthy came to the defense of Herb Dean, came to his defense and said, pretty much Big John McCarthy been saying what I've been saying. And basically it's just, the man, Herb Dean, he ain't do nothing wrong. Herb Dean is damned if you do and damned if you don't. Okay? If Herb Dean don't make the call, okay, then they say, well, Herb Dean letting the man taking a beating. If Herb Dean stopped the fight, oh, well, Herb Dean, he don't understand how to ref fights. He really not that good. He's stopping these fights too early. It's costing my guy, millions of dollars because Herb Dean stopped the fight and my guy wasn't out. Man, these referees, they got to hit us, man. These referees, they got to hit us every single time they turn around. Okay? And so John McCarthy kind of silenced everybody and said Herb Dean is a fine referee. Okay? Herb Dean made the right call. Okay? John McCarthy said I would have made the exact same call. Okay? Because from the way the guy landed, he said, hey, he landed and the guy was such a good fighter. He said, was the guy really out? Was he really out? It's kind of hard to tell. It was hard to tell. We're not talking about the Curtis Blades. We knew he was out. But he was talking about, Jai. When Jai was fighting. Okay? He knew that the guy, it could have been possible he's trying to defend himself. That's what Herb Dean, and that's what John McCarthy said. And he took a couple extra shots, and Herb was trying to get a man a chance to work his way back into the fight, but he couldn't, okay? It is what it is. Then he stops the fight. It is what it is. Dan Hardy, you don't want your guy to get hurt, but this the hurt game. It's the hurt game. It's the hurt game, and it is what it is. I just feel like that Herb Dean tends to get blamed for a lot of normal stuff. And then, you know what, guys? I'm going to tell y'all something, too. This might even be the subject for another video. But there's a reason that I picked this photograph. Look carefully in the photograph. Look carefully in the photograph. Okay? And I'm going to give y'all a hint. Look at the insignias on their chest. I kind of, and most people are going to say, well, that's just a referee insignia. Man, it's just, look closely. Then continue to look at the photograph. Stare at the photograph real hard. There are two things on this photograph that'll kind of make things obvious. Make it very obvious. And I'm talking to y'all on a spiritual level. Something's obvious. But, Herb Dean, for whatever reason, he's coming under attack. He's coming under attack. Okay? And it seems like now, it's like almost after every darn fight or every big event that he's in, somebody got something to say about him. And I'm starting to think I kind of understand why, just by looking at this picture. I think I get it. I'm starting to get it. But, as I always say, time will tell. Time will tell. And time will tell in this too. Keep your head up, Herb Dean. I know they're coming at you. And I know it's hard sometimes. It is. I know Herb Dean try to keep a straight face. I'm a professional. I do. But, man, sometimes this stuff, it do get to you. It do get to you, because you spend your whole life, you spend, 2 to 3 decades of your life in a profession that you're passionate about, to have people just constantly take a dump on who you are. And it's kind of crazy. This man can have a Hall of Fame career, but one bad fight, and people say, oh, he a bad referee. He a bad referee. Okay. I will salute John McCarthy this one time. This one time. Because John McCarthy got this one right.